Hi everybody, I'm Kayla.
And I'm Crystal.
And we are the Cruising Chicks. No too many woos?
I know you guys are excited to know where we're going to be going. We asked for some opinions and asked you to vote between two different ones.
And it was a pretty one-sided decision here. So without further ado, we are going to Alaska. Yay! Can you do some more whoops? Whoop, whoop, whoop. There you go. We're gonna be the whooping queens. So we leave on the 27th on an aeroplane to Anchorage, Alaska. But unfortunately, we don't get to see anything.
Nope.
Unless we can get that earlier flight. There's hopes that maybe we can switch to an earlier flight. Right now, we don't get it until like 11. So
PM.
Yeah. If we get the earlier flight, we get in at 7 p.m. So there won't be a lot of sightseeing in Anchorage for us, unfortunately, but it'll be okay.
Then the next morning, we get to take a train
Or a bus. We haven't decided.
Down to Seward, Alaska.
If anybody has done either of those options, please give us some opinions, some thoughts in the comments. We have varying thoughts. I want to take the train so bad. I am like train obsessed. I've never ridden a train. So I want to. But we also want to be able to do some things in Seward since we have such a late departure time of 9 p.m. And the train takes 5 hours to get from Anchorage to Seward. Whereas if we took the bus, it'd be 2.5 hours. So we're trying to figure out what would be best for us. So if you've done it, let us know in the comments what you think.
So yeah, the Saloy is gonna be from Seward, Alaska, obviously. We can check into the boat and get back off the boat and explore.
Kind of like a port day, which I think is really cool.
Which is strange.
Yeah, something we've never done before.
Yeah, never get to do that.
We've been scouring YouTube for how this works.
Yeah, because
so we will do a more detailed like video how that works, because we haven't found anything on YouTube or like in anything that gives you kind of an idea of what this means, what this is. So we'll try to do a really detailed video that day so that you guys can see exactly what we're experiencing and how it works. So our ports this trip: Icy Strait Point, then we're gonna cruise the Hubbard Glacier, then we'll be in Juneau, and we're gonna go to Ketchikan, Skagway, then we hit the Inside Passage, and then our ship will dock in Vancouver and we will be kicked off.
Unfortunately.
We don't like the getting off part.
No. But we do get to stay the night of the 5th.
Yes.
So we are going to stay in Vancouver and sightsee around Vancouver, and our flight leaves at 10:30 p.m.
Yes, we are doing an overnight flight, and it's an overnight flight. We get into Newark, New Jersey, like at 6:30 in the morning. Then we have like a couple hour layover, and then it flies directly to Charleston from there.
Yep.
So
what, 2 days almost?
Yeah, really random flights. Probably the worst flights you can find for both trips, but it was cheap. It's gonna be like $500 round trip with luggage. So there wasn't a lot of complaining.
No. And with the timing, Vancouver, it gives us
Almost 2 full days.
Almost the entire day when we get off the ship to sightsee, and then pretty much the whole day until we have to go to customs on the 5th. We chose not to travel home the same day just because it was Labor Day and the prices were a little bit higher. So we figured we would just stay there again.
And when we went to Alaska in 2017, we went in and out of Seattle. And then when we got off the ship in Seattle, we drove up to Vancouver and we spent a couple of days and we really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So we figured if we can give ourselves an extra day in Vancouver, why not? We had a good time. So we are going on the Norwegian Jewel. It will be our technical second time on Norwegian, but I think both of us are counting this as like really the first time that we've been on Norwegian. We did a 3-day booze cruise back in what? 2019 on the Norwegian Sun. It was the Sun. And I mean, legitimately, we got on a Thursday and we got off on what, Saturday or Sunday. Like, it was a quick turnaround and we were completely blitzed the entire time. So neither of us have really any opinion other than all we remember eating were hamburgers and hot dogs and swimming with pigs about Norwegian.
And we got 2 drinks at a time.
2 drinks at a time. Crystal remember that
the entire time.
Yeah, we were blitzed. When we say we were blitzed, we were blitzed. But so if any of you guys are Norwegian experts, we would love some comments about like the best things to see, the best things to do, the best things to eat on the ship, because we know nothing.
Yeah, we don't know anything about, you know, is there a signature dish or dessert that is a must-have?
Right. I think the one thing I do remember about the Sun was eating wings.
From the sports bar?
From the sports bar. I don't know why that's what I remember.
Well, because the sports bar is open 24/7.
Is that what okay, I guess
so
that's
maybe
what I remember.
We got drunk and went to the sports bar and ate some wings. I don't know.
That is a story for a Thursday live about what we did aboard the Norwegian Sun for 3 days.
Yes.
So we got some of the free at sea offers with this. We got the open bar or the drink package. We got Wi-Fi. And we got the $50 shore excursion credit it's for the first person, but any tour you pick. We opted out of doing the specialty dining because it was only for the first person based on our room cabin and I guess the sailing. And there's 3 of us and we were just, it wasn't something that we were wholly interested in, especially since we haven't cruised Norwegian. So we don't know, like we haven't eaten the food 1,000 times. If that had been like an option on Carnival, we probably would have taken it and done something. But because we have never sailed Norwegian and eaten in the main dining room or any of the other restaurants, we figured it wasn't that important for us.
Right. Our excursions that we have in mind to do, we haven't really nailed anything down yet.
We need to.
I know, we really have got to get on this.
We've got to sit down and figure these out. But we've been watching so many videos on YouTube. I think we've watched every single video where Para DJ goes to Alaska.
Yes.
We have watched countless other people in Alaska. I mean, we have watched every Alaska video we can find.
Everything's starting to run together.
Right. Like we're starting to get so confused and like, so we've kind of taken a step back, but we know we want to go whale watching. Well, yes. Okay. I know I want to go whale watching.
Whale watching is a must.
Crystal is about whale watching.
We've done it before.
Yes, but like, you can never tire of seeing whales. But according to Para DJ, and I'm sure D and J are correct because they've gone to Alaska for like the last 4 years straight, like 5 times every summer, Icy Strait Point is the best place to go whale watching. And so that is a thought, but we also had thought about going whale watching in Juneau, but we also thought about going to the Mendenhall Glacier. We're not sure. So if you have any great recommendations for things to do in Juneau, that would be fantastic, because I think we have said that we're going to do whale watching in Icy Strait Point. I think that is our thing. I think that is our decision. We're going whale watching in Icy Strait Point. We need great ideas from you guys for things to do in Juneau. Something different, something fun, unique, I don't know, something.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mimi, the wonderful woman that she is, saw a duck boat tour in Ketchikan, and that's what she wants to do. So we are going on a duck boat tour in Ketchikan, because she never, ever, ever says, I want to do this excursion. So if she says it, clearly that's what she wants to do. She never gives us this kind of information. So we're going to do the duck boat tour in Ketchikan.
Are we still going to do the bus to White Pass?
So, again, my issue with the train. I want to take the train to White Pass, but it's so expensive. So expensive. When you can we can do a bus tour up there, do the suspension bridge for like $200 less. So,
good idea.
But it's not a train, but we get to do a suspension bridge in the Yukon. It's going to be a smaller group, so it's a little more, you know, what's the word I'm looking for?
Intimate.
Intimate, that is the word I am looking for.
How cool is that, though? You take a bus and you go up this old road that was built during the gold rush, and then you cross over into the Yukon territories in Canada.
Pretty cool.
And you get to see a suspension bridge.
Yes, there is an option. You don't get to see it. You get to, if we do the one that we're thinking of, you get to go to the suspension bridge. I don't think we'll get this one on a suspension bridge, but
I might.
Oh, there was also one that did that, and then also did sled dog puppies, which, you know, mean puppies. It's kind of anyway, all this is in Skagway. We forgot to say this was in Skagway. So if you have done any of the bus tours or anything in Skagway to White Pass or up White Pass, or, you know, whatever, let us know how they were, you know, if you've done a bus versus a train, like what you think was the better route to go. Crystal is reading so hard.
I am.
So when we were in Vancouver the last time, we did the double-decker bus tour. And so it takes you to all like the hot spots in Vancouver, and you get it like all day. It was like, what, 35, I think? Mm-hmm. And that you get the running commentary from the person, not the person who's driving. That person drives, then the running commentary is another person. Sometimes it might be the same person, but I feel like it was different people.
No, I think there was 2 people.
And then I think the top part was open. I can't quite remember.
It was
a lot of fun, and we got to see so many places. But we didn't get to see all the places. We didn't get to go to Stanley Park. We didn't quite make it out that far. So I would like to do Stanley Park. And then I think the double-decker bus tour would just be awesome in Vancouver. Like, you know, you really get to see the sights and the sounds and I was gonna say smells, but I don't know if we want to smell Vancouver.
Yeah, you can hop off at any of the spots.
Right, yes.
Do your thing, do whatever you want to do there, and then get back on. It may not be the same bus, obviously. Right. It's going to be a different one, but then you hop back on, continue on to the next stop.
We've done this in several. We've done it in Florida, in the Miami area. We've done it in Seattle. We've done it in Chicago. We've done it in Vancouver. We really tend to like these double-decker hop-on, hop-off bus tours. I just feel like it gives you a really good, like, sense of the town, of like where you're at, without costing you an arm and a leg, and you get to kind of create your own tour inside of their tour. Like, if they stop somewhere you don't want to get off, you just don't get off.
Right. Just keep going.
Just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
So if you guys have any tips that you want to give us for Vancouver, anything we need to see or do, anything that'll make our trip easier, because we really do only have almost 2 days.
Right.
Just let us know down in the comments.
Any tips for Alaska that that we haven't talked about for the 4 places we're going? Icy Strait Point, Juneau, Ketchikan, Skagway. Just tips in general for Norwegian. Mm-hmm. Like, again, like I said, or like we've said before, we've never experienced Norwegian. In fact, we got off the Sun and we were like, it took us weeks, and then we were like, wow, we were on that boat, we only ate hot dogs and hamburgers. We never, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, people. Hot dogs and hamburgers. I don't understand how that happened, but it did. So, my phone is a buzzing. So, that about wraps up this video and this cruise, this idea. August 28th through September 4th on the Norwegian Jewel to Alaska. Aren't you excited?
I am excited. It's getting here way too fast.
It is. It is. It is. So look forward to more videos where we will, maybe shorter videos, you know, we'll just jump on and be like, we picked a vacation. We already did that. We picked an excursion, and maybe we'll go over the excursion. Maybe we'll show you kind of what we're thinking about packing, because I know packing for Alaska is wild. We're in the boat, like, do we bring parkas or do we bring short sleeve shirts? Because last time we were cold in Juneau, out on the water, but we were relatively warm everywhere else, especially Canada. Victoria was hot. We were in, I remember I had on a long sleeve flannel shirt and I was sweating.
Yeah.
It was hot in Victoria, and so it was hot in Vancouver too. So we'll do a pack video, like a, you know, what we're packing video, and then at the end we'll show you what we used, what we thought was useful, and what we could have left at home. So that way, when you're packing for Alaska, you don't make the same mistakes that we are going to make. All right, guys. We'll see you in the next one.